All right, YouTube, another day out of the 100 of us doing these YouTube videos and just seeing what happens. We have actually done pretty good in the last couple of weeks. I've been posting shorts. The TikTok has been doing pretty well. I've been doing motivational TikToks as well as these long form videos. So go check out the TikTok. It's the same name as this YouTube channel, Raw Success Advice. And yeah, follow the TikTok, like my videos, subscribe. If you want to see more of this stuff, leave comments. Let me know if these videos are helping you, because I really do put my heart and soul into this stuff. And this is a lot of what happened throughout my journey and where I'm at through my life of trying to figure out hitting my goals, being a better person, my own personal development. So today, with no further ado, I wanted to talk about goals. I have set a lot of goals in my life, especially in the last couple of years, to build businesses, build myself as a person, lose weight, become more healthy, all things that are good for you, right? So if you have any goals that you believe are good for you or goals that you think are going to make you happier in life, here's some tips that have helped me to personally hit my own goals that hopefully could help you too. The first thing that I want to talk about is winning the day. A lot of people set these big goals and they get caught up in trying to do a bunch of things all at once and hit that goal all in one day or all in 1 week or something like that. And you need to understand, for any goal, but especially the big hard goals, you need to just focus on winning each day. Wake up and think to yourself, what are the things that I could do today consistently to actually help me win the day? For this content that I've been doing, I just am focusing on making that one long form video a day and making those couple TikToks a day, cutting them down, and then doing all the shorts for the day. And that's it, because that's really all I can control. You know what I mean? So focus on winning the day. And if you lose the day, don't get worried. Go hit the next day, focus on winning that next day. It's all going to be okay. You just need to stay consistent and disciplined to just find out what's going to help you win that day and move forward with it. The next thing is, when you're setting goals, try to set something that's realistic. Not necessarily saying don't shoot for the stars, right? Because we all have these goals where, I want to make millions of dollars, or I want to go get that girl, or I want to get my dream body. And that's totally fine. But take that big goal, break it down into small goals. Because if you set a goal that's so big to the point where you're like, I don't even know how I'm going to do this, you're just going to discourage yourself. You're going to get upset on the second day when you realize, like, oh my God, I can't do that, and you can do it. That's not the thing. You just need to break it down into smaller goals, right? So if you want to make $1 million, start off by trying to figure out how to make 100,000, or just break it down to start off at trying to make 10,000. How do I make 10,000? Or even if you're below that, how do I make $1,000 or $100, right? Just keep breaking it down to smaller goals and hit those goals. And when you hit those goals, it's important that you give yourself small wins, right? So instead of, I want to hit $1 million and just going until you can't any longer, these lights are going to turn off because I'm in a timered room. Instead of trying to just hit $1 million, try to think about hitting, like I said, 100 or 10,000 or 1,000. And when you hit that goal, celebrate yourself. You did something good. And you focused on the right actionable steps to hit a goal. So if you could hit this goal, you could hit that goal. If you could hit that goal, you could hit the next goal. So it's important to make sure that you're just giving yourself that win. Don't get down on yourself and feel bad when you're trying to make $1 million and, oh, I only made 1,000 this week. Like, you're getting there. You know what I mean? You are taking those actionable steps and you're doing the things that you can do. The next thing is focusing on what you can control, right? So if you just focus on all the external factors all the time and you get all worried, you're never going to be able to actually hit that goal, right? You're going to be like, the economy is terrible today and I'm trying to do this and the people around me are being rude and blah, blah, blah. You can't control that, unfortunately, right? As much as all of us want to control the external factors, we can't. So focus on what you can control today, which is yourself, your own mindset, your actions. So focus on those things and it'll get a lot better. The next thing is your mindset. If you go into a goal with a terrible mindset all the time, you're always going to feel bad. You're always going to be discouraged, unmotivated, and not feel excited to wake up and do those things. So have a good mindset. And like, it's hard, right? It's hard to keep a good mindset. And you need to just sometimes put a wall up in between you and the mindset that you need to have to hit your goals. Like, crappy things happen in life, okay? And I'm not saying that I'm perfect at this either, but you need to just put that mental wall up and just be like, mindset, mindset, mindset. This is my mindset. I'm gonna focus on just being happy and focusing on my goals and just not letting the outside things get to me, right? So there's that as well. I think that's really most of the things that I want to bring up before the lights turn off in this room, because I'm in one of these like work pods at the building that I live at, and it's like a cool work pod and everything, but these lights are on a timer and they always turn off. But overall, like, I've hit a lot of goals in my life. I used to be 100 pounds more than I am. I used to have absolutely no money, absolutely nothing to my name. I'm now 22. I have a way better body than I did originally, right? I have way more money than I did originally. I have way more assets than I did originally. And I'm not 100% there. I'm not saying I'm perfect, okay? The goal of this channel is to help people, and specifically the people who used to be like me, or who are that I used to be, right? I used to be upset, unmotivated, rejected, and I just constantly felt bad about myself. And I just want to pull one person out of that hole and help them become better. And I'll tell you from personal experience, it's an amazing feeling to be on the other side of a life that you don't want to live. And knowing that at one point in life, in time, you used to live that life. And now you don't, right? And like, it's important because also it's one thing to get to that life, but it's another thing to maintain that life. So maintaining that life is basically the same exact thing as you do in this video. Like, every day is a journey, right? And you just want to focus on winning those days. So with all that being said, hopefully this video helps somebody out today. If you're trying to hit your goals and you're having trouble, watch this video and leave a comment if this helped you. Subscribe to this video if this helped you. Follow my TikTok. Like, I work so hard on those TikToks. It is 9:37 p.m. I just sat in my car for like an hour making like 11 TikToks and editing all of them. And I just do this stuff so that like one day someone could like see me on their For You page and be like, whoa, I'm so motivated, right? So support my stuff, but only if you actually like agree with my stuff. If you don't, and you don't feel like you're a motivated person, or like you hate me, that's fine. You don't have to subscribe to me and you don't have to follow me. But if you enjoy my stuff, please, like, join the family. And I would love to hear from you personally. I would love to hear from you in the comments. This is really to help out the public. And, you know, if I could just help out one person and I could hear about that in the comments, that would make my day. And every time I do see one of those comments, it makes my day. So I'm going to stop blabbing. Have a great day. I'm sure we'll talk again tomorrow. Until then, bye.